Welcome back to the Cooper Smith Career Consulting Study Guide Series, English Composition 1. And we are on our next assignment, which is Assignment 3, and this is the tutorial. Critical Reading and Visual Rhetoric Compilation with Critical Commentary. I'll explain. Critical Reading and Visual Rhetoric Compilation with Critical Commentary, and this is your assignment. Compile at least 4 print articles and or audio or visual files such as cartoon, image, video clip, audio clip, chart, or diagram that are fact-based. In other words, go to a newspaper, take out an article, take out a political cartoon, which you can get either in a newspaper or you can get it off the internet, or go to a video clip, which there are many. Just if you go to abcnews.com and you just take a news piece, that's fine as well. And that's all here. These must be published by critical to somewhat credible sources, and then we're going to go through them to see what would be credible and which would be non-credible. For each source, please supply the following information. That means this is the information that has to go into each essay, which is essentially a paragraph or two, based on each article. Each one will need its own title, the type of article it is, the source, that's where you got it from, the person who authored it or created it, the subject and issues that it addresses, the structure of presentation, whether it was a newspaper article or it was a video clip, what the creator is trying to get you to think, buy, sell, vote for, etc. What's the point of this article? Tricks, ploys, appeals, your personal first comments. What I'd like you to do is just stop for a moment, pause on this page, and read this to yourself. And you could have this as a little template that you could keep next to you when you're looking at your article to make sure that you're answering all the information that's here. Understanding the assignment. Let's go look at this in a little bit more depth. Writing a critical commentary. You're being asked to write 4 separate critiques of either political cartoons, news stories, or audio-video clips of a news story. Remember that the assignment wants fact-based articles. Political cartoons are less subjective. A fact-based article would be something that you're reading in the newspaper, not an editorial, a news story. Political cartoons do not fall under that category because they are giving, the author or the artist is giving an opinion of how they feel about a certain subject. Check out newspapers such as Hamadia or news websites such as Fox News. The Hamadia contains 2 pages of political cartoons in their weekend edition. FoxNews.com has news stories written out and in video on its site. You could go to ABC News, you could go to MSNBC News, you can go to, there's a huge variety on the internet of news stories, and you're not going to have any difficulty finding them at all. Look at the cartoon, listen to the audio, or watch the video clip and analyze it, paying attention to the relevant details for the assignment. Write a separate paragraph or 2 on each one. Keep them separate and titled so the grader has a clear understanding of your presentation. Don't just have this one long continuous flow of 4 articles or commentary that you're making or analysis, and just have, and the author, the reader, the audience has no idea where to stop, and it becomes very frustrating. Remember, it's always about, when you're writing, your audience, your audience, your audience. You must make it as clear as can be to the grader that this is article number 1, give the information, article number 2, give the information, article number 3, and article number 4. You can stop here and again just read that to yourself. Here's sample news articles that I picked out yesterday right off Yahoo News, right front page of my Yahoo. And they were right next to each other. One was actually one on top of the other, and I clicked on them just to see what they were all about because the titles just came at me. Now don't forget, these are 2 sample news articles. I just gave the first paragraph of each, and I show you the source that you could check it out yourself. One was The title is Netanyahu Hits Out at Unacceptable U.S. Wiretapping. The next article right next to it was Israel Plays Down Importance of Alleged Spying by U.S. and U.K. One was by AFP and the other one was by Reuters. Now, if you look at the titles that were posted on the same day, same Yahoo front page, they look extremely different and extremely agendaed by the author. One says Netanyahu hits out an unacceptable U.S. wiretapping. That would make the audience who's reading that think, yes, there definitely was wiretapping, and that Netanyahu was extremely angry and called it unacceptable that the United States would do that. The next one next to it says Israel plays down the importance of alleged spying by U.S. and U.K. Maybe the spying happened, maybe it didn't happen. Israel says, it doesn't make a difference. Two news articles, supposedly objective, giving the audience a snippet of news from two very, very different news points. That is what you're trying to do, and that's what you're trying to bring out. You need to catch those little things and put that down in your paragraph. Credible news sources. You have to ask yourself, where did the article come from? Where did it first appear? Was it in a book, a newspaper, a magazine? You need to tell the reader where that came from. You could also tell them, what did you expect after reading the title, and did that match your expectation? What does it say? What is the topic or issue that it's talking about? What is the writer's thesis or central idea? What reasons or evidence does the writer offer? Does the writer offer just pure emotion, or does it tell you something factually based? Who are the intended readers? What does the writer assume the readers know and believe? Well, if you're getting your information from Fox News or the Ahmadiyya, the audience is going to be very different than if you're going to get it from the New York Times. So that you have to be aware when you get your information from the source that you know who the general audience of that source is. Can you trust the writer? Does the writer have the necessary knowledge and experience to write on the subject? Most often, you're not going to get a writer's name to a news source online. It'll just say Reuters. It's not going to tell you who wrote it, and you're going to have to trust the either if it's Reuters or AP or any other source. Do you detect a bias in the writer's position? Where are they coming from? And does it seem like they're leaning towards one political side? Are the facts relevant to the writer's claims? Does the writer make a claim within the news article but then doesn't base it on any facts at all? That's the kind of thing that you're looking for. Can you trust the writer's facts? Where did the facts come from? Does the writer acknowledge opposing views and unfavorable evidence? Is there a what you call fair and balanced approach to the news article? How does it work? How is the piece of writing organized? How are the major points arranged? And what does the writer conclude at the end? Does the conclusion of the article follow the evidence? If he gives a conclusion, does it follow the evidence that was in the article? How would you characterize the style of the writer? And how does the writer represent herself or himself within the piece? Was the author objective in presenting information? Because that's the kind of thing that you're looking for to ask. In a political cartoon, the artist is not going to be objective. They're there to entertain you and to get you to think in a picture. Is anything exaggerated in the cartoon? And that we need to know that, because sometimes like President Obama's ears will be very large. Is the cartoon funny? Is it ironic? Is it the opposite of the way it should be, and that would make it ironic? Do either the article or cartoon appeal to your emotions? Does it make you upset when you see it? Does it make you frustrated when you see it with the topic? Does it bring out, say, oh, you know what, that really is a very, very important topic? What kind of emotions come out of you when you either read the article or look at the cartoon? Writing a critical commentary. And what we do is we're going to give you a sample here, and then there's another one. Stop, and you can read. This is from our students, and you can stop for a moment and read that. And then here's another one, a sample 2, that this is the picture, and then here is the commentary that the student wrote. And this was the note that was given by the evaluator when looking at both. And I thought that would be interesting for you to take a look at, to see the kinds of things that they're looking for and the feedback that you'd be getting. Formatting the assignment. Your name, course name, and the assignment name must appear at the top of every page. The page number must appear at the bottom of every page. Assignment title. Name of the assignment, example, critical commentary, not the assignment number, example, not assignment 3. Assignment title must be underlined. Assignment title is typed at the center of the first line of the document. And here's an example of what it looks like. Sources. Cite the sources for your information at the end of your essay. Remember, you're required to cite at least one outside source. In this case, it's going to be each one is coming from a different source, so that would have it. The sources will be according to the articles or the cartoon that you're using. I'm going to sign off now and say thank you for attending this little tutorial, and I'll see you on the next one. We're going to slide down and just give you a review of the MLA again. You can always refer back to your PDFs, and see you on the next assignment.